BJ, how did the big delay impact, or was there any impact from the delay on the game?
Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, I thought the group handled it well. Collectively, staff, players, I thought we were able to find a good balance between making some corrections and also just kind of killing time because there was a lot of uncertainty as to when we would restart. I think it's we did have a little bit of a slow start in that second half, but I think it's something we can learn from.
And then just on the start of the game, you guys seemed like you were electric. There was a lot of forward movement, especially with Jacob Shaffelburg and running behind. But then right after the goal, it seemed like there was a step back a little bit, and maybe NYC FC controlled the game a little bit more. Was that something they forced you to do, or was that always kind of the plan?
No, I mean, I think after the goal, once it went tie, the intensity of the whole game, I think, ramped up. Their defensive pressure ramped up. And I think for us, we need to have a better response to that. Or higher level and find different solutions to how to break up that.
We'll go to Jacob Shams, and as a reminder, please use the hand raise function if you have a question on Zoom.
Yeah. BJ, what do you think, enabled you guys to have kind of the success you did in finding Jacob, and being able to stretch the defense early in the game?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was having some close connections in the midfield and Jacob's, commitment to running behind and guys looking for him. So I thought that was a really effective impact on the game with Jacob running, but also with sort of the connections of his teammates.
I guess was there anything you were hoping to maybe see a little bit more of in the second half that maybe you didn't see?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just doing more of that same. I don't think we found as many runs in behind. I don't think we found as many sort of combinations and moving the ball from side to side. Something that we have to continue to grow and learn to get better at, being able to circulate the ball once we get the opponent from inside, and then really being ruthless in our attacks.
Nick Frazier.
BJ with 3 straight away losses. What attributes to just those results? Is it just heavy legs, or just what could it be?
I mean, listen, I think we sort of try to approach each game the same way, one game at a time. Each game, each circumstance is, I would say, unique. And for us, this was a lot of time, first time for many of us to play on this field, play in the stadium, and so again, I think it's each individual game has its own storyline, and we'll continue to try and get the group freshened up and recovered, and look forward to 2 home games coming up. And I think that we're really looking forward to getting back in front of our fans in Geodis Park.
Go ahead, Nick, if you have another.
I'm okay, thank you.
Great, we'll go to Ben.
Yeah, BJ, you kind of touched on just trying to find more forward passes. It felt like as the game went on, their midfield was able to kind of cut out a lot of those passes in midfield and kind of stop you guys from turning and playing upfield. What do you feel like they did effectively, kind of as the match went on, to limit those chances?
Yeah, I mean, I thought they did a really good job with their. They were able to press high with their front players and really release their center backs into the midfield. And I thought it clogged it up a little bit, and I think they were very strong in the duels tonight. So I thought maybe when we look back at it, there may have been more opportunities to try to get in behind and at least just flip the field position a little bit and sustain some attacks. But again, we'll go through it. We'll look at it, and we'll get ourselves really recovered and refreshed here with the effort to come in on Saturday night in front of Geodis.
And then I just wanted to ask about Josh Bauer, obviously playing in an unfamiliar position at left back. He's been versatile for you this season already, but what do you make of his performance and kind of stepping up in a different role?
Yeah, I mean, he's selfless is what you make of it, right? He's willing to do anything for the team, willing to put himself out there. I thought, again, in a tough position, but that's where we're at with a couple injuries, guys coming back from injury. And so, a lot of credit for just how he went about his business tonight and competed for the whole time.
So we'll go to Blair for the last question.
Yeah, Vijay, just lately, the last 3 games, you've given away more goals than usual for this team. You are missing a couple of important players in defense, but other than that, what do you think went wrong in the defensive portion of the game?
Yeah, I mean, I think defensively they made it difficult. It was hard for us to get to the wide areas. Both goals kind of come from some combinations in the wide area, and then trying to defend our penalty box. So I think we'll continue to look at that, but we've got to do a better job of making collectively as a group getting pressure in wide areas.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great feeling to get a goal here. I scored my first goal here actually back in, I can't remember the date, but in Yankee Stadium. So had a lot of memories put in here. So scored another one here. That's a lot. Just on a personal level, it was big for me to get back on the score sheet and get the confidence up. The game overall was difficult. I'm not going to make any excuses, but obviously those delays are tough. But yeah, we just got to be better moving forward.
Actually, we'll start with Blair.
Jacob, it's been a frustrating season for you on and off the pitch. You've had injuries and you've kind of struggled to keep a starting position. How frustrated had that been, and how have you worked through it?
I don't know if you saw, but I looked over the bench. I pointed at, I can't see him. Just the coach, he's been really helpful the last week and a half, 2 weeks. I've been trying to stay after practice every day with him and just put the extra work in. Just kind of basically focus on myself and being the best version of myself I can be for this team. But that's playing, 5 minutes, 80 minutes, whatever that may be, the best version of myself. So I owe a lot of credit to Mike for helping me get through that. We're going to continue to do that.
And then overall in the picture, you as a team had a lot of success on the running in behind early on in the game, and you kept going after for the first 10 minutes, 15 minutes or so. But then that kind of died down as the game went on. Did the NYC FC defenders do something to change up, or was that something from your end that changed?
No, I think they did a good job assessing the ball as well, putting us deep. It's tough making those long runs, and then if they get the ball and it goes back and forth, kind of like a track meet, it gets difficult for us to make those aggressive runs in behind. But again, I think we just gotta be better at getting behind or continue to push it behind, even if it's going to be hard to the game. Just kind of pushing past that barrier. But yeah, I think we just gotta be better overall.
We'll go to Jacob Shames on Zoom.
Yeah, Jacob, BJ just now when he talked to us said that every game is its own storyline. Is that the feeling in the locker room, or does this feel more like a third straight defeat? Do you feel kind of the effects of the past two losses, or is it just its own thing?
I'd be lying if we didn't feel this one as a third loss. I guess going into these games, we don't think about the second 2 losses that we just had. We kind of feel more after, but yeah, I mean every game is its own story. Like BJ said, we just haven't been at our best like we know we can. So that I think that's just been a difficulty to understand why we aren't there and what's going on a little wrong. But I'm confident in everyone that we'll get back on the same page and get after it against Orlando.
What do you think What do you think it takes to get back to your best, get back to the form you guys were showing in maybe the middle of the year, early late May, early June?
I think it's right there. I mean, we showed glimpses of it tonight. Sometimes it's just I'll get on the same page, whatever it takes throughout this week. But yeah, all it takes is just snap your fingers, and it's just we're back where we were. But yeah, we all have that confidence in each other. We all believe in each other, so we'll be right back there.
Nick Frazier.
Jacob, with the season kind of coming to a close here in the next coming months, and Philadelphia and Cincinnati both dropping points this past weekend, along with you guys as well. I guess does it help knowing that other teams in the Eastern Conference that are above you drop points, ease, I guess, a little bit of pressure on your shoulders? You can kind of focus more on your game on the field.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's to look at it 2 ways. It is just a little bit off us, but also it's a tough pill to swallow that we could have gotten points on them. So yeah, I guess that's kind of the answer to your question. It's just like a 2-way street. You can look at it that way, but I think we're looking at it like it's a missed opportunity for us to get more points and try to get past them in the standings. Do you have a second part of that question? I forgot it.
No, I just kind of wanted to follow up with, Orlando's coming up on your schedule as well. How important is it to finish out the month of August? You talked about just, adding points to the table as well. And just how important is it to finish out the month of August with 2 wins at home?
Yeah, I mean, at this stage in the season, I think every game is massively important to win and get points. Especially, I think we have a really hard schedule coming up. So just winning these games and getting points is going to be really, really important for us. But yeah, just focusing on each game at a time. So right now it's just Orlando that we're focused on.
Ben, right?
Mentally too, do you just, I guess, feel compartmentalizing the schedule helps a little bit as a player?
For me personally, no. I just like to go day by day and just kind of get after each practice, work as hard as I can, and then focus on the opponent that's this weekend in Orlando. So just kind of forget about this game and look forward to Orlando and trying to beat them.
Go ahead, Ben.
Yeah, Jacob, we've seen you and Hani obviously have a really fun connection in the past. Just from a personal perspective, how did it feel to kind of revive that a little bit tonight?
I felt amazing, honestly. On a personal level, it was kind of a weight off my shoulders. It's been a tough season, obviously, for me personally. So to get to start tonight and get that goal, and of course, come from Hani. He's always been so helpful for me, getting my confidence going, telling me I'm a good player. Just trying to get me going as much as possible. So I'll be forever grateful for everything he's given me and will continue to give me. So it felt great to have that connection back.
And then Nick had a similar question just about kind of the 3 losses in a row and where you guys stand in the East. Saturday coming up is a 6-pointer against Orlando. You play them twice. You have a game against Philadelphia. Does it feel like there are chances to not just gain ground, but like take points in some of these matches against the teams fighting for the same spots in the East?
Yeah, I mean, I think we play Orlando, we got Cincinnati, Miami, Orlando again. So there's like a lot of 6-point games with teams that are really close to us in the standings. So they're like big games, like playoff games almost. Like I think we're going to take that mentality in those games of just like these are teams that we could see in playoffs. So just being really focused and just kind of taking that energy of like that playoff energy in these games because that's what it's going to take to beat